Hi everyone, this is Jake Spaeth from Orange Shoe, Madison West. Now I'm not in the studio like all of you, but it doesn't mean that we can't work on specific things when it comes to our training. And so today what I want to work on are two different routines that'll help you with your golf game, getting ready for the upcoming golf season. One of them is a mobility routine of 3 moves, and the second one will be a core strengthening routine of 3 moves. So if you're ready, let's get started. So the first movement in our mobility routine is going to be what's called a Supine Iron Cross. What you're going to do is you're going to lay on your back, arms out to the side, legs straight. Raise one leg up straight, control it out to the side using your inner hip and your core, and then rotate across the body, rotating the hips and torso. Now be careful when you do this, as you cross over your body, try to keep your backside arm down and just work the range of motion you can. If you need to modify the move at all, you can just bend your knee in and shorten the lever as you cross. Okay, you'll do that move for 5 reps each. Now the second move I want to show you, you'll be in a high plank position. It's called a Spiderman with a reach or with a rotation. So what you're going to do is now in a high plank position, you're going to step your foot out to the side, flat as close to the hand as you can, and then rotate toward that leg, looking to the ceiling, and then back down to the hand, replace the foot, and keep your core strong as you do that. Rotate the other way, okay, and alternate these movements for 5 each. Now, as you rotate, one thing I'm thinking about is just making sure my knee stays over my foot that I'm bending towards. So pay attention and make sure you're not pushing it out as you rotate. Okay? Again, 5 reps each, and then it'll take us to our third flexibility move, and that'll be a hip flexor stretch, just a basic half kneel position. So you come down to one knee on your mat, stride out with the front leg, and what you're going to do from here is simply push your hips forward, lengthening out the front of your back hip, and then you're going to reach with that side, so right knee down, right hand up, lengthen out that side of your body toward the ceiling, where you should feel a stretches through the front of the hip, maybe a little bit through the front of the abdomen. And if you want to enhance the stretch, just think about tightening the glute of the knee that's down as you reach, and hold for a 45-second count. Might be a fairly mild stretch, but an area that we all sit a lot and can be very tight and kind of affect your golf swing, okay? So try out those 3 moves for your mobility and try them 2 or 3 times through for the reps and times given. Now moving on, I want to go into a core strengthening routine for the golf game. The first one will be, again, from a high plank position. I'm going to show you from a side angle. It's called a Stork Rotation. Okay, what you do is you start up in the push-up position, bend the knee under, keeping it off the ground, and then you simply lift it out and back under 10 times, controlling that leg. Okay, now looking from a front angle, knee under, lift out without letting the rest of your body rotate. Keep your eyes down when you're doing it to keep the neck neutral. Okay, now there's 2 ways of modifying that. You can put your hands maybe up on a couch, elevate them while you do that leg movement, or you could just go down to all 4s, draw the belly button up, and then lift the knee straight out. A little more mild variation for the same rep count, 10 reps each. Okay? Now moving on to number 2. Number 2 is just going to be a Russain Twist, and you've all done Russain Twists before, but this one will be working on something specifically. So what you're going to do is you're going to be seated, keep your heels on the ground, bend your knees, but make sure they're pointed straight ahead or straight up, not crossing, okay? From there, keep length in your torso, recline to where you can hold that length, whether you're a little higher or lower. And then from there, I want you to rotate and touch the floor side to side. Okay, now what I'm focused on is just keeping the knees from moving. So trying to keep my lower body still as you recline and touch the floor 10 times each. and to avoid the shift of the hips. Of course, on this one, you could grab a lighter weight if you have something like that at home to incorporate, but you do not need to. And once you're finished with that move, it'll take me to the third and final core strengthening move, and it's going to be called a one-leg shoulder tap. So from here, we're again in a high plank, up on your hands. If you can, the tougher variation is 1 foot up, and then you tap that shoulder, keeping the foot up 10 times. If you need to, the foot can stay down for 10, a little bit easier. Or drop your knees to the floor and do your 10 shoulder taps, trying to prevent the body from moving, okay? So if you get a chance, try out these core strengthening routines, also the mobility routine, and see how it helps. Enjoy.